Today it is time to take on the spirit of Christmas and jump into a rebuild of a team that has red and white on their shirts. Brentford is the squad that I've chosen for today's rebuild due to the fact that they're currently sat in a 14th position in the Premier League with only a 7-point gap to Luton. As you guys know, stuff like that can diminish very, very quickly. So I am hoping that we can take on this team and hopefully do something incredible, but we will have one thing that will hold us back. We can only get players into this squad of Brentford if we activate their release clause. Yes, we are not able to negotiate any prices lower than their actual release clauses. We have done this type of rebuild a couple of years ago and you guys absolutely loved it. So Brentford, here we come. Time to rebuild ya. And also time to pay a ton of money because release clauses are so expensive. Real quick, before we actually move further into this video, I just want to let you guys know as to why videos have been a little bit inconsistent during these days. If you have followed me on Twitter, on my socials, you would have probably seen that my grandfather sadly passed away. It has not been an easy period for our lives at the moment. He was such an important person for me personally. I've absolutely loved the guy, and obviously my mother was very, very upset about the things that have happened. In the past few days, we have been able to say our goodbyes, and I just want you guys during this Christmas period and this holiday period to hopefully, if you can, for the sake of him, go out there and show love to your loved ones, your parents, your grandparents. If you have any grudges that you're holding against any other family members, maybe try and resolve those things. Stuff like that is not really worth it. So hopefully, just for the sake of him, because he loved it when the family was around him, his grandchildren, his children, he was always like appreciating those moments so much. I really hope that you guys can go ahead and, like, for the sake of him, maybe go hug a loved one. That'd be much appreciated. And again, thank you for the condolence messages from so many people coming out on Twitter. I really appreciate you guys. All right, let's dive into the rebuild and have a good time. So what are we looking at with the Brentford team right now? We have Neil Maupay up top, Ivan Toney nowhere to be seen, so I assume EA actually took him out of the game, which sucks because right now, coming up in after January, I believe he's able to play again. So that really isn't what it should be like in real life, but okay. Neil Maupay is up top, a player I don't personally really like that much. I'm definitely going to be looking to bring in a striker, but Mbeumo, man, he has been incredible. And the fact that he's 23, I think a lot of people forget this. Like, he might be 23, 24 years old right now. Many people seem to forget that he's still young because he does look way older than that. I personally always thought he was like 28, 29. But this guy's doing really good numbers in the Premier League for a side that isn't as amazing as some of the top ones that we all know. So, Mbeumo, I wonder if he actually sticks around just the same as Ivan Toney. I believe Ivan Toney has been linked to many Premier League clubs already at the top, and the coach is kind of worried that he might leave in January, but he hopes he actually comes back and plays again. Then we have Vissa, who also has his moments. Don't get me wrong, this guy also does decent stuff. You have Norgard, who has seemingly been the most consistent player in the team just based on Opta stats. And then you're looking at Rico Henry at left back, who sadly picked up a massive injury. He is out for the entire season, I heard, so that really sucks because he's a talented player. And then you have Ben Mee and Pinnock. Pinnock, one of the better centre-backs in the Premier League, I must say, especially on like headers, on corners and stuff. The guy's a beast, so he probably should have aerial threat. There we go. He does have that play style, rightfully so. Hickey in the right-back position, the Scottish right-back, 21 years old. And then Flecken, the Dutch goalkeeper, is in here. Came in from Freiburg last season. And also Kevin Schade is from Freiburg. So it seems like they actually have an eye on that team or some sort of connection with someone at the club to keep picking up the Freiburg players. Potter is a big talent. Damsgaard during the World Cup, or what was it again? I think it must have been the World Cup. A lot of people talked about him, and then people expected him to blow up, but that really didn't happen. You have Ayer here, who I really like. He's a decent player. You have Collins in here as well, 22 years old, 76 rated. Someone that could easily take over in the starting lineup. But ideally, when I'm looking at this team, I would love to pick up a new center midfielder and a new striker. So we'll have to look into release clauses for many, many players. And the money that we get to spend is 29 million. That is nothing. Okay, so that means I will have to move on a couple of players. The most expensive player in the team is Mbeumo. Ooh, I could recall David Raya and just sell him. That could be a little bit of a cheat code. I could definitely do that. We could sell on Pinnock is 30 years old, could bring in 12 million. Collins could take over his position. a couple of decisions to be made right now. Starting off at striker, a player that is currently linked to many clubs in world football and is doing so well in the Serie A. It is Joshua Zirkzee, the man that is actually used to belong to Bayern Munich. They have a buyback clause in his contract and stuff like that, and he's doing incredible things in Italy as we speak. So many teams are interested in him, and he is costing us 20.9 million in his release clause. That man is signing for us. 7 goals and 2 assists in the Serie A this season for the side Bologna, and now he is going to be the main striker of Brentford. Now, I can tell you about this man before. He used to be at Anderlecht, and at Anderlecht, I really liked what he did. I think after that, he made a transfer that didn't really work out for him. I'm actually going to look it up right now. I can't remember where it was. Before he was at Bologna, he was somewhere else, and things weren't going as well. Oh, no. He was actually at Bologna, and the first season was terrible. And then he stepped up big time. There you go. That's what I remembered, because at Anderlecht, he was insane. So, yeah, he only turned up in his second season, which is interesting to see. You don't really see that often. He comes in with a 76 rating, which means we can put someone like Mopé now onto the bench. This guy is very good at certain moments. If he can bring consistency into his game like he has this season, he can be a big one. And talking about big one, he's 6'4". The guy's a beast. So Netherlands, you have a decent striker in here that, if he might return to a team like Bayern Munich, could be a good understudy to Harry Kane. I just do wonder though if he's happy with being a backup at this stage of his career. I was looking at a couple of center midfielders. Nicolas Seiwald was amazing in the Bundesliga in Austria. Then Almeida, sadly currently injured, but a player that I personally have been watching quite a bit. Pablo Barrios at Atletico Madrid, extremely talented, very high potential, 31.5 million. But I'm going to go for Javi Guerra, because in my opinion, he is the one that has the most potential out of any of these players on this list. This guy is huge. He's 6'2" tall. He's very good in dribbling, very strong. And I think many clubs are already very interested in his development over the course of the season remaining. Very good player. Remember the name, Javi Guerra. This guy is built for the Premier League, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and sign him for 18.4 million. Not necessarily leaving us with a lot of money, but still, that had to be done. So now he's going to get the number 16 for Brentford. And I do think with that, the 2 positions that seemingly were the biggest issues have been sorted out. If I have any money left for the rest of the season, I might just go ahead and sign some backups that could turn into starting players later on. But Guerra comes in here. And actually, this amount of money that I have right now was made possible through sales, which I don't think I've shown you. So let me show you who I've sold on and for how much. We have let go of Damsgaard for 10.6. Janolt has left for 8.9 million because Norgard is the man. Ben Mee has left because we do have Collins as a backup. Zanka has gone as well. So those were the players I had to sell on to boost up the budget, and we have 16 million left. With 16 million, I can actually buy some really good backups. So maybe I'm going to look into backup center back to take over when Pinnock gets too old. I could have let him go because he's worth a bit of money, but I didn't want to. So let's switch these 2 around. Pinnock being a left-footed center back, that will suit better. But I do truly believe that Guerra is a top talent. He should have at least 86 potential in the upcoming game or in one of these updates that we get. But yeah, I'm very happy that he has made his way into this squad. And then, yeah, we are pretty much done for now. Let's find a backup center back that could take over from Pinnock later on. Ideally, someone around 74, 75 rating if possible. So, centre-backs. I was looking at a couple of them. Sangante, a very interesting player for me, but a bit too low rated possibly. Vitic was one where I was like, that could be the perfect one. 13.3 million in his release clause. Araujo, I think, is the highest potential one on this list. Cuenca is a talented player that probably many people don't even know, so that could be a very fun one to have. Nianzou, I know from his time at Bayern Munich, then he moved over to Sevilla, hasn't really had starting time for quite some time in that squad, and then kind of worked his way into it. I don't know what his stance is right now because Sergio Ramos is playing there. And then Bernardo Vital, a very interesting one from the Portuguese league from Estoril Praia. And this is the one I want though. Jan Paul van Hecke. This guy is very, very talented. 7.8 million, quite cheap, could become a starter for us very soon. He's 23 years old, has Premier League experience, and we're going to pay that money right now. So he gets the number 17 on his back and will be the backup to Pinnock in the future. He could replace him. I guess in about 2 years, we will have to move on Pinnock, at least like maximum 2 years, I should say. Maybe even next season, but Van Hecke is a very talented one that I wanted to bring in here. So he comes in with a 74 rating already, which is quite interesting. Now, I do have Ayer, by the way, which I completely forgot. He's a centre-back too, and he's 25. Okay, it doesn't matter, as we will have a little bit more depth, even more. So Van Hecke probably gets Ayer's rating by the end of the season, unless he has some potential to go up as well. But I'm very happy with what we have done with the money, and I do think it is now time to see how this team plays this season, and if we get anywhere near, let's say, the top 12. Season 1 has finished, so let's see how the team has done for us. As we take a look, top 10. That is more than I thought. I was kind of hoping like 12, 11, but top 10, 52 points. Let's go. Liverpool have won the league title. Congratulations to the Reds. And we're going to go for that spot at some point. For now, let's take a look at the players that we have brought in. Xerxes up to a 79. That is huge. In terms of centre-back, obviously Collins has taken over there, so that's a good look. Defenders looking very decent. Mark Flecken holding it down. And then we have the likes of Guerra, who's a bit unhappy with his position. Hopefully we can sort that out. I really hope he hasn't requested a transfer or something. But Mbeumo has gone up to an 81. Clearly one of the main players in his team, and possibly the one with the most goal contributions, I would assume. Yes, 18 and 6. Vissa 12 and 5. Xerxes only played 23 games. Oh yeah, halfway through the season I had to let go of Neil Mopai because he was taking playtime away from him. So glad we did that. So not that bad, considering that for the first half of the season he didn't do that well. And I assume Baptiste has been taking that playtime away from Guerra. Get out of here. No, I'm not going to release him. I'm going to sell him next season because I do need that money. But yeah, things are looking good for us as we go into the next year. Now, from this point on, replacing any player will require a lot of money for the release clauses, because as soon as we get to like 80 plus rated players, bro, the amount of money that I have to spend is tough. So we might only be able to make like one transfer a season. Hopefully not. So for the new season, David Raya came back. I'll let him go again. 22.8 million we got for him. Strakosha 3.6 million. With that, we let go of 2 backup goalkeepers basically. And we're going to let Flecken do his thing. He's 31 years old though, so at some point we'll have to replace him, possibly 2 seasons. But as we speak, our budget has now gone up to 73 million for this year, which is good. I can bring in at least 2 good players. And I'm just wondering like where to go to, because ideally I want to give Van Hecke the playtime at centre-back. I know Ayer is a good player as well, but I do want to give him that playtime so we can establish a partnership between Collins and also Van Hecke. So I might even move on Pinnock from this season on, because I feel like the rating of the players is very good. They're very close to each other. And then I think, Norgard, I appreciate you, buddy, but I would like to bring in a new CDM into this team and possibly a new left wing. So let's see if I can make a couple more sales, and then I'll make a decision. I could get myself up to over 100 million. Looking through the CDM options, we have a bunch of them. Mandela Keita, Arthur Vermeeren, Tom Kraus, Zubimendi, the most expensive one, 54 million. Florentino Luis from Benfica, 51.9. Definitely a top player. We have the likes of Chotard in here, who is also a decent one, and the man with the best name, Batista Mendy. But I've made my decision. I'm going for Arthur Vermeeren because, in my opinion, he's the one with the highest potential out of these players right now, alongside the likes of Florentino and Zubimendi, personally speaking. But I've seen this guy play in Belgium. He looks exceptional. He looks like someone that will make a big step forward after this season, leaving Royal Antwerp and joining a top side. So I'm going to buy him for 38.2 million right now. I think he even got called up to the national team, if I'm not mistaken. I could be, but yeah, keep an eye out for this player, Arthur Vermeeren. He has been skyrocketing in terms of like people knowing him lately. And he comes into our team for that CDM position. I let go of a couple of players. I'll show you in just a second. Vermeeren comes in with very balanced stats. Not the best at shooting, as you can tell right there, but that's definitely something he can still improve. The guy is very young now in our career mode. At this stage, he's 19 years old. Block and anticipate as play styles to now improve that midfield, hopefully, and take it to the next level after Norgard has left. Now, I'm also open to bringing a new centre mid for sure, but left wing, Lewis Potter has taken it. He's 75 rated. I don't know if I want to give him that playtime, but let me just quickly show you the players I have sold and what I'm thinking about as we speak in terms of like how much money I can spend. So I've let go of Visa, Raya, Ayer, Pinnock, Norgard, Strakosha. Those are the ones that have left, and our budget right now after the purchase of Vermeeren is still on 91 million. So I'm very much open to bringing in 2 top players in here. For the left wing position, we have Brian Hill, who could come in, the former Spurs man, or we could go for Sofiane Diop. And Diop is someone I really like, but I feel like Hill was someone that was supposed to be a massive player at some stage, so I'm gonna go for him. 39.9 million. So Mbeumo on one side and Brian on the left, and he gets the number 10. Oh buddy, that is a lot of pressure. You gotta be doing well in this team if you want to wear the number 10. So we paid 40 million basically. I assume the rating for these transfers are not going to be that great, but he comes in with a quite good one here, which is 79. So Lewis Potter, I'm sorry, bud, but you're going to be a backup for now. This guy takes over, left-footed, explosive acceleration type, technical and flair. I like that. He just needs more skill moves, better weak foot and all that stuff to hopefully support someone like Xerxes in that center. He does have very good passing though, so I'm very happy about that. And Mbeumo does too, so these guys should be able to provide that man with a lot of assists. Now, I still have a bunch of money left, so Jensen, I'm sorry buddy, but I would like to bring in someone special. For centre midfield, there are only 2 options. It's Ludovic Rice and Claudio Kone, and you guys know me best. The man has the best haircut in the game. It's simple as that. Rice is a good player at Hamburg, do not get me wrong. He also costs a lot less, 20.1. But Kone has much higher potential and someone that probably should make a move after this season of Mönchengladbach. I do think he's going to get that move. The question is where to? Is he going to be a starter? I feel like he's still lacking something in his game, and that needs to be taught maybe at a different club. So that could happen. We're going to pay the 38 million, and that is the last transfer of the season. Manu Kone gets that number 8 on him though, and he should be coming in with a good rating, I'm hoping. I mean, 38 million should bring us a decent player, but I think that was his release clause last season as well. Okay, there we go. That's great. So he comes in with a decent rating to definitely overtake, actually 80, not 79 as it normally is, like a rating below. But this guy is great. I like him a lot, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing where his career goes. He was linked to Liverpool many times, but I think with the signing of Gravenberch, that one is done for Liverpool. But Kone, yep, he's here, and he's this midfield, bro. It is sick. This season, the squad has absolutely disappointed. 14th, 46 points. What's going on here? What's wrong? How do we get worse when we bring in better players? Liverpool win the league title right there. But man, first of all, Hill, for whatever reason, he doesn't play. He requested a transfer. Potter has been stealing that play time. Up top, Xerxes is unhappy. I don't know why. Guerra, constantly unhappy. I don't know why. Defensively, we are looking good. Our CDM is looking solid. Kone is having a good time. And Mbeumo, Xerxes growing in ratings. Flecken needs to be replaced as we move forward. But man, it is frustrating to see that the team has done worse this season than it did last year. And I just can't find the reason why. Lewis Potter, 16-2. All right, buddy. You're going to go ahead and play the next season. You have the spot secured. You earned it because Hill has basically given up the battle for it, which is a shame. He was way higher rated, but okay. Guerra, unhappy. Who is stealing his playtime? I really wonder. Kone plays starting 11, Vermeeren as well. And then you have Guerra as the 3rd placed midfielder. Dodos has only 1 game. Magoma has played a couple. Hart Harris has played 9 games. Why? Why does Yarmolyuk play 14 games? I don't get it. It's frustrating. It really is, because I want to Guerra to be that guy, because I'm 100% sure this guy is going to be special moving forward. But this season has ended and we came in 14th. Next season, that is unacceptable. That is not okay. This Brentford side needs to be ideally in the top 8 next season. We have good enough players. So let's make some big moves and secure that position. So on to the goalkeepers. I'm looking at 4 of them. Matej Kovar, who's the backup at Bayer Leverkusen and has shown a couple of really good performances. I was interested. Bilo is someone I love at Feyenoord, even though their defense sometimes just lets in stupid goals. You have Mamardashvili, who is in an 84 rating, which probably would be the biggest upgrade, but he's also the most expensive. Now, at the same time, his market value is at 36 million. 54 doesn't sound as bad. And then Yevan Diouf, who is a goalkeeper who I think could be one of the top goalkeepers in world football, especially for France. But I think I'm going to go Mamardashvili here. We're going to spend that money. 54 million are going to be spent on him. And currently our budget is sat at 116 million, which is not bad at all. But half of it goes for the goalkeeper. So for me, it was clear it was going to be Mamardashvili, and with him walking in, I do think our performances are going to be going up drastically in the upcoming season. And ideally, I need to focus on bringing in good coaches as well. I feel like I have not the best coaches around right now. But 84 rating, that will upgrade that defense. And now looking at that center midfield position, you realize someone is missing. Yes, someone is missing. It is Guerra, who I had to let go. This season, I've sold a couple of players. If you look at it right here, Kill 31 million, Flecken 19, Guerra 17. I wanted it to work out. It hasn't worked out. It's a huge shame, but we're going to have to go ahead and find ourselves a new center mid. And for that, we have a decent amount. 60 million. Luis Potter has taken over left wing anyway, so we're sorted there. For context, Guerra has a release clause of 37.5 million at Everton right now, but I'm not going to go in for him, obviously. We have Andre Almeida right here, his former teammate at Valencia, who also has a real face, which would be quite nice to bring him in, but I have used him before. Busio, 40 million for him. And then Ramon Terraz, which was the one where I was like, who are you? Well, we're going to go in for this man, 51 million release clause, which is a ton of money, but hopefully it is worth it. So in he walks for 50 plus million of a release clause. It is Ramon Terraz, and the Villarreal midfielder is hopefully going to be upgrading that midfield, man. I hope he actually recognizes that he should be a starter and plays every game. 80 rating, that is okay. It's not ideal for the amount that I've paid, obviously, but we're going to overpay for every player nonetheless. But Terraz comes in with good defensive parts of his game. Can also play CDM, apparently. That might be a good thing because Kone loves to move forward. So we're going to do that. Terraz comes in, 24 years old, 5'11", Spanish player, and no playstyles. That is a bit of a surprise. The rest of the boys definitely have playstyles, especially Kone. But Luis Potter, congratulations on fighting your way back into the starting 11, pal. You earned that spot. Season has come to an end, and Brentford second. There we go, man. 14th. Who do you think you're talking to? 14th was a joke. We are second now with a proper goalkeeper with us, and hopefully the defense upgrading as well. Manchester City winning the league title. Congrats. But we're going to take a look into the squad and realize that Luis Potter has kept going up due to his insane performance last season. He had the right to do so. Xerxes up to an 85, and Mboimo 87, Kone 85, Emirin 84, Terraz on an 83. Really good midfield. Everyone's happy. Not like it was when Guerra was here. And defensively, everyone has gone up, which I love. But most importantly, I do believe that the signing of Mamardashvili has made the biggest difference. Now we are getting to a stage where probably and most possibly the entire budget is going to be spent on one transfer. Because if we have like 70 plus mil, we are only able to really upgrade by signing just one player for that money. So I'm really excited to see what we can do, especially for the bench as well. We might need to upgrade. But hey, there we go. Xerxes, 36 and 9, 45 games, 45 goal contributions. Unreal. And Mboimo, 18 and 10. Luis Potter, 15 and 5. Terraz, the man that had the worst offensive stats compared to Kone, has gone ahead and got himself 8 and 3. Okay, I respect that a lot. Kone, what have you done? Kone has 1 and 5. I mean, that's okay, but I did definitely expect more off of him. Bemirin from CDM not doing much, but guys, this was an exceptional season. We are now a Champions League club with Brentford with only release clauses. I have 117 million to spend this season because we are a Champions League club. And I've decided, Rico Henry, it's time to go. I was looking at David Raum, who has a release clause of 54 million. Then I saw Miguel Gutierrez, who is worth 35, has a release clause of 40.2. And then also Malacia was part of it, but man, they are not even 83 rated. So this was the easiest choice I could have made so far. After buying him, we're still going to be having a bunch of millions to spend. So Miguel Gutierrez, welcome to Brentford. So now he's going to take over that position from Rico Henry, 40.2. Rico Henry, obviously a decent player, don't get me wrong, but Gutierrez just has way more upside. Both are on the same rating, so they can fight it out for the position. Henry, 28 years old. If you want to fight back, go ahead and do so. I have nothing against it. But yeah, 83 rated Gutierrez, left-footed. He is the talk of the town when you're watching Girona games. This guy plays as an inverted left back, plays as an extremely offensive left back as well. It's such a joy to see him play, and Daily Blind is holding it down while he bombs forward. But this guy is wanted by many clubs, but Real Madrid have a clause in there where they could get him for very, very cheap. And if they do get him, I guess Alphonso Davies might be safe and Bayern Munich might be able to hold on to him. But yeah, Gutierrez, he's the one now coming into that position. Very happy with that signing. And I gotta be honest, I am open to bringing in an absolute smasher to centre-back with the rest of the money. Now, the players that I would have liked to bring in were the likes of like Araujo and stuff, but his release clause was at like 200 million. So I am looking at players that can compete for the position. Wesley Fofana, he is 183 rated. Guehi coming in with the 83 rating as well, but Fofana, 83 million in his release clause. Guehi, 60.9. That sounds way better to me. I'm completely open to bringing in a Premier League experienced player. And then Vivian is the other one, 26 years old, 84 rated, actually would be a starter immediately. But I am more leaning towards the Prem experienced player, and I'm going to go for Guehi for 60.9 as the last transfer of the season. Bang. For me personally, this is a transfer that hopefully just levels up the defense even more, because I do see competition helping us. And it also brings down a couple of players onto the bench that are going to be solid. So Guehi being a right footer. Do I go Collins? Do I go Van Hecke? I think I'm going to go with Van Hecke because Collins is an original of the squad. It just means a little bit more he plays. And we're going to have Guehi in the right centre-back position. Van Hecke, you can earn your spot back. Don't you worry, pal. You still have plenty of time. But for now, Guehi is the one that I want to have in here. This season has come to an end, and we are looking at a top 3 finish. Only 2 points off the top and winning the league title. That is a huge letdown. That would have been great because I do truly believe that this team had it in them. We see Potter on an 85, Xerxes 87, and Boemo 90. Let's go. Ooh, Guehi is unhappy. Van Hecke has gone up to an 85, and I assume he has been playing. All right, we brought competition in the team. That is what it is. So if you lose your spot, you lose it. That's fine. Gutierrez on an 86, but also Henry on an 86. Wow. I mean, what the hell is going on there, guys? This team is Champions League level. Now, in the Champions League itself, things haven't gone as well as we would have hoped. If we go in here, we realize that a team named Juventus kicked us out in the first knockout round. And that is a huge letdown. I thought this team had more in it, but sadly, it wasn't meant to be this season. I do truly believe, though, next season it has to happen. This team is going to be too good. Too many players are going to be around the 90 rating, and Xerxes again has been the main man. And Boemo 19 and 9, Terats 8 and 5, probably the same record that he had last season. We do expect a little bit more out of Luis Potter, though. 8 and 7, not that great. Kone coming in with 6 and 12, doing much better this time around offensively. But yeah, Brentford, next time around, man, this team right here with the ratings it has, it deserves to be higher up, especially if the centre-backs go up in their rating. I truly do believe that this team is going places next year. At least one trophy. Got past the likes of Inter and also Wolfsburg to now smash PSG 5-3 in the semi-finals of the Champions League and make it to the final against Real Madrid. You saw it there a split second ago. I'm just switching over to this screen because the Champions League thing, for whatever reason, gets copyright striked. EA, figure that out. But we are looking at a team that has made it to the finals here. And that was what I expected. I thought this team was going to be capable of doing so. And I said it because I felt like a lot of players are going to go up towards the 90. The only ones to really break it are Vermeeren and Kone, and Xerxes as well. I thought Lewis Potter could do it too, but he didn't. Terraz on an 89, defensively well upgraded nicely, a couple of +2s possibly. Mamardashvili on an 89 was always a solid one. Henry on the bench going up to an 87 is just insane to me, especially due to his age. And then Guehi going up to an 86, which is quite helpful as well. I mean, Mbeumo with the 92 is the best. My wife is calling, so let me just go ahead and jump into the stats right here and showcase to you that Xerxes has a 32-9, and Mbeumo 25-20, Lewis Potter 25-6, and on top of it, we have the league table looking like... Yes! Brentford has done it! We are going for multiple trophies. Let's do this. Oh, actually, before we dive into the game, let me quickly show you the squad. Matis Tel, Openda, Jude Bellingham, Valverde, Bernardo Silva, Camavinga. Bro, this team is nuts. Balde plays for Real Madrid now. What the hell? Saliba, Cardoso, Humphreys, and Courtois in goal. That is going to be one tough team to play against. I will have to utilize the wings because they are playing very central, but that also means that my midfielders need to be on top of their game to stop the likes of Jude, Camavinga, Valverde, Bernardo coming at them. Matis Tel and Openda through balls for those people. I need to stop that for sure. So, yeah, good luck to me. So, release clause FC, huh? Going into the final against Real Madrid, and a ridiculously strong team. I gotta say, I am a bit worried about this one. But if I can exploit the wings properly, use the strength of Mbeumo and many others, we can do this. Or maybe not, or maybe not, or maybe not. We cannot do this. We cannot do this. It is 1-0 to Real Madrid after 3 freaking in-game minutes. Lois Openda sprints through. I'm just watching. Vermeeren steps in. He has Jude chasing him down. Gutierrez. Good pass into Xerxes. He can take a shot. 1-1. That's what you get if you have a top striker playing up front. Xerxes scores his goal. 1-1. 12 minutes in. What a game this is turning out to be already. But amazing first time finish from Xerxes on his left foot. Beautiful. A little bit too much space for me. I'll take it any day, my friend. Potter. Cross whipped in. Xerxes is not there, and Mbeumo nearly gets the finish into the back of the net. Openda, bro, he's so unstoppable. Openda is just one of the toughest opponents I've ever played against. That's for sure. He hits the post. My God, what an angle. Move it. Lovely. Mbeumo. 1v1. That works out perfectly. He's sprinting. It's on his left foot. They're catching up. They can't stop him. The Brentford original makes it 2-1. I would have loved to have the red and white kits on for this one, but I forgot to change it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We are giving ourselves a little Christmas gift right here. They were catching up, though. Props to them. And Mbeumo is a fast man, and GG's Real Madrid defense. It just wasn't fast enough. Iki, can you find him there? Oh, yes, he can. Across to... I was about to say Harry Potter, if he would have pulled that one off. Oh, no. He's too fast. Go, go, go towards your own goal. Just push him off a little bit as much as you can. Jude, he's in there. He's doing things. Since when can Jude do these things? Oh, what a save. Unbelievable. Real Madrid is nowhere near done, and now they're bodying my players as they're trying to put in tackles. What the hell? Oh my God, kick it away. What just happened? I don't even know. Honestly, I'll take it. At least we didn't concede. And off we go with Manu Kone and Mbeumo on the right. He can take this even further for us. Xerxes in the middle. I see you, Xerxes. That's you. Oh, what a save. 90+2. Last few seconds. Pushed them back into their own half. Forced them to make mistakes. Win that battle in the air. Win the Champions League. So the release clauses have gotten us this far, and Arthur Vermeeren is going to take on the trophy. And then Mbeumo right next to him. Guys, Brentford is such a fun team to use on career mode, and today it has proven itself right once again. What a beautiful side we have put together, and brought in players from all around the world to make this team the best in the world. And again, as we end this video, as we go ahead and get things done here for this rebuild and still celebrating Brentford this celebrating with Brentford as they lift the trophy. I just want to say again, guys, as I said earlier on, just for the sake of my grandfather, if you guys do have the chance, please go ahead and hug your loved ones, show them your love, especially the elderly ones. Always, every time you see them, just think of it as like, this could be the last time. Be nice and yeah, show your love. I appreciate everyone watching. Have a good one. This one is from my grandfather. I will always wear this in the videos just in case you guys are going to be asking about it. But yeah, it was from him when he was living. And for now, it's definitely sticking around forever. So have a good one, guys. Take care and peace.